News just continues for San Diego State football. There really isn't an offseason because you go from one season into the portal and coaching changes, and we're thrilled to be joined by San Diego State's new defensive coordinator. Rob Aurich is with us. He was on Sean Lewis's staff last year as an edge coach, and now he's been elevated to defensive coordinator. Eric Schmidt moving on, taking a head coach job at the University of North Dakota. So, Rob, we appreciate you joining us on the flagship for San Diego State, San Diego Sports 760. And first of all, thank you. And secondly, how excited are you for this new opportunity?
Man, I am jacked up. I am jacked up to be part of it and jacked up to kind of take over the reins of what I think is a powerhouse of a football operation, man. And got a lot of love in my heart for Coach Lou for giving me his trust and let me step into this role. And extremely excited to lead the people we got in this building. I think we got tremendous people in the staff and a tremendous roster returning to us. And so I can't wait to get going.
Are you guys going to be running the same defensive schemes that you ran last year for this upcoming season?
Well, from the outside, we're going to look like a 4-2-5,
okay.
Similar to what you saw last year. Now, we'll be similar in what we look like from a structural standpoint, but we will be different in the way we operate, teach, and go about executing the scheme.
Rob Aurich is with us right now. So this is not your first time as a DC. You had tremendous success at Idaho, some of the best years in Idaho history before you got to San Diego State. What was that experience like at Idaho, and how has that prepared you for right now?
Well, it's a great question. I really think the years I spent at Idaho, flipping that roster and helping Coach Eck build the culture over there has really prepared me for this role. And, you know, I say that is we took over a defense there that was giving up 33, 34 points per game. And in year one, we were able to take 8 points off the scoreboard and finish as the number one overall defense in the Big Sky. And part of our philosophy, and that's not a guarantee we're going to do that year one, so no guarantees here. But one thing we were able to do was, you know, really simplify our approach for what we're going to execute on the field and get our guys to play extremely hard. And knowing our roster and the core we got coming back, I think our guys are craving the ability to be cut loose on the football field and play really fast. And we got the guys in the house to do that.
How nice is it knowing that Trey White and other starters from the defense are returning for you this upcoming season?
Man, I'm so excited that our core just put their faith in us and Coach Lou and his staff to come back. We got a tremendous core coming back, not just Trey White, but I'm exceptionally excited for him to keep getting after the passer the way he got after it in 2024. I think we're going to see him even take a step in 2025, the second year, being in that position. But all the way through our core, Chris Johnson at corner, Tano and Owen at linebacker, Dale Shawn and Eric Berry at safety. And then I'm really jacked up about our returning defensive front players. I think we got a great core up there. I think we got the ability to be really stout against the run. And the way we prepare and the way we build, you know, we're really doing it to build against Boise State. Those are the guys we have to be ready to compete and go win against if we want to win this conference title the way we should. We're going to prep for them all year.
Interesting you say that. Boise will be in San Diego at Snapdragon Stadium in 2025, of course, headed to the expanded college football playoff this year as well. Rob Aurich, San Diego State's new defensive coordinator, with us right now on John and Jim. It's interesting because you mentioned some of the expected returnees, the Trey Whites, Chris Johnsons, Tana Latulis, and others. How excited were they for you when they found out about your new opportunity?
I think they were jacked up based on our conversations. You know, we have a tremendously mature group, and they know what the product on the field should look like. They know the expectation of this program. And when those three kind of put their trust into me, I was really honored, and there was a lot of pride in my heart that three of the leaders on this team really wanted to put their faith in me. And I'm going to ride with those guys, man. They got a lot of love in my heart forever. And they are going to be the key for us getting this thing going the way it should. Their leadership, their positivity in the building, building on Coach Lou's culture. I think they are eager to go, and I think you can tell from me I'm ready to go as well.
It's always a great day when you have somebody that you're recruiting either through the portal or in high school commit to you guys at San Diego State today. big one. Niles King officially signed with you guys today. What can you tell us about Niles King and what he's going to bring to this defense?
Niles is a dude. Niles is 6'5", 271, built like a power forward, can run, can lower his levels and pass rush. He's going to be a great addition to our defensive front, which I believe is a strength of ours heading into next season. I know one thing that was important to him was the opportunity to rush the passer and do it at the highest level. And when you pair him alongside the Trey Whites, the Brady Masters, the Ryan Hendersons that we got returning in our front, I think he's excited not to see double teams like he did the entire time in the GLIAC conference at Division II. So I expect big things from Niles, and I think he is a tremendous fit for our scheme. But he's a great kid, man. He's a great kid out of West Bloomfield High School in Michigan. Not a listener knows where that's at. But that's a Midwest kid coming out to the coast, man. He's ready for it.
Can you take us more behind the scenes there? Because you see a player like Niles King, and he was getting like national recruiting buzz. I saw Pete Thamel at ESPN when he went into the portal saying, hey, he's as good of a Division II player as there is that's in the portal. And then Thamel actually followed up today saying he's committed to San Diego State. What was it about the Mesa? Was it the system? Was it being paired opposite of Trey White and not drawing those doubles? Like what makes San Diego State, among all the available options for a player like Niles King, how do you even get involved in his recruitment process?
Well, Niles was a fun situation because he's from Michigan and I'm from Michigan. Okay. He's a D2 guy. I'm a D2 guy. And I think we had some common bonds of wanting to prove people wrong, wanting to prove people we could do it at a high level. And when Niles got out here, first time he ever seen a palm tree, that didn't hurt. But when Niles got out here, man, he's a kid that craves authentic communication. I think he has a pretty high BS meter. And when he was around us and the way Coach Lou interacted with him, the way he felt kind of being around our staff, he was committed before we had talked really an ounce of football. This was the environment he wanted to be in. And I'm thankful that he's going to put his faith in us, man. But it's our job to take a kid like that and make him better. And so he's going to have a heck of an off season for us once he gets into our player development program. I think he's scratching at the bit to get going because he's never really stepped into a facility that has the resources that a San Diego State has.
Another player that committed to you guys just about an hour ago, linebacker from Utah State, Tanner Williams. What can you tell us about what he can bring to this defense?
Yeah, Tanner Williams is an extremely steady player, and I think he's just starting. He's a freshman, played a little bit at Utah State this year, was at Mater Dei High School out of the Los Angeles area. He is wired to be a linebacker. You know those guys you just meet, and you're just like, that guy's a linebacker? That is Tanner Williams. And he is fast, much faster than what you would think looking at his frame, but he's about 6'1.5", 225 pounds, probably runs a high 4.5, and he's got a chance to be an every down type player for us in the 4-2-5 system. What I like about him the most, man, is all he cares about is ball. He's not into the glitz and glam. That's a blue collar guy that wants to be around the football, and I anticipate that's what we'll see.
What other priorities? I mean, the portal's so crucial. Obviously, rosters are always evolving. As you look at the portal being open and as you put an eye towards 2025, what are some additional priorities in the days and weeks ahead?
Yeah, we're really fortunate is that we're not in a situation where we have to add a ton of pieces defensively. What we look at in the portal is not necessarily always a position-specific person. Obviously, you have to fill those needs, but a type of player. And that type of, he can be undersized, but as long as he plays the game extremely fast with a ton of passion and he tackles at a high clip on tape, we feel like those guys are good fits for us. We want passionate football players who love to hit, who love to play the game. And the guys we've taken out of the portal so far, their love of football and their quest to be great players are two boxes we checked right away. And so whatever we look for in the portal, those are two mandates.
Rob, we're excited for you. Great opportunity, obviously. All the defensive history on the Mesa. It's been one of the premier defenses in America for the better part of the last 20 years. We're excited for you to continue that and carry on the mantle. Again, Rob Aurich, he was here a year ago as edge coach for San Diego State, now elevated to defensive coordinator for Sean Lewis in 2025. We appreciate you taking time for us. Happy holidays, and we'll do it again in 2025.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, man. Can't wait. See you guys later.
Look forward to it. All right, Rob Aurich, again, the new DC for the Aztecs.